So it is that time again for our cost of living video. We've been in Alicante now for 30 days, and what we do is we do a cost of living breakdown so that we can kind of see what each location is going to cost us if we chose to have this be a place that we could see ourselves staying for about 3 months to a year. So we're going to start with the biggest cost that we have.
It's our rent,
Yep.
obviously. We do Airbnb. We stay for obviously 30 days at a time, which cuts that price down, anywhere from 30 to 50% sometimes, just depending on the time of year and where we're going. So it's a huge savings. It's why we stay for 30 days. It also gives us a good idea of our monthly costs, how much we're going to spend throughout a single month. So that's kind of why we do that. Now, if you didn't want to get an Airbnb, it is actually less expensive to do Idealista.
Yes, Idealista. That is a website here in Europe that has been in each location that we've just even out of interest looked at for different places to rent. So that would be that's where we
that'd be if you were renting for 6 months to a year. And we checked out a couple of them just in our neighborhood of where we're at right now, and it's about $600 a month. So it's quite a bit cheaper if you choose to do it that way as well.
Yeah. So for the month that we stayed here in Alicante, it ended up costing us $927 for our Airbnb. That was very central in the really right down in the main area, walkable to everything. I'm sure if you stayed out of town, you could definitely get something for much cheaper.
And our Airbnb, and we'll leave the link below, it was right in the middle of where you want to be. It was just big enough for the two of us. So if there's 3 of you or a family, it probably wouldn't work. But these rentals that you can get for long term, they're fully furnished, 2-3 bedrooms. So that might be a better option if you were to plan to stay for a long time.
Our next largest expense as well is our health insurance. And we go with a global health plan. We decided to do that. Some people decide to go with just a travel insurance when they travel. That just covers you for a lot of things that your credit card honestly already covers you for. We pay $270 a month for both of us for that coverage, which honestly from where we're from, $270 is a very low cost. So we're happy with that.
Our next cost is transportation. Buses, trams, taxis. Well, we just did the tram this time. We didn't do anything else but the tram. And it was, what, $54? The two of us to do the tram. We took the tram 3 times up the coast. We walk everywhere else.
Plus, honestly, like we mentioned before, we were so central with the place that we stayed that we didn't need to hop on a bus to go anywhere.
No, even the train station is just less than a mile from our Airbnb, so we'll walk to the train station. So our transportation costs weren't very much at all.
So our next large cost is our groceries, and we always just choose to eat in. We did that before we started traveling, and we continue to do it now. We just enjoy that. So our groceries are probably more of a large expense than maybe for somebody that is going to eat out a lot more. So you'd have to kind of just judge that. So we utilize the Central Market, which is just right above where we were staying. It was really convenient. We would also just use the grocery stores that we had right around us. Super affordable. We found that the grocery costs here in Alicante were probably about 30% less than what we would spend in the United States, which was fantastic. So our costs for groceries for the month were $2.99. So less than we did last month, which was really nice. Yeah. But we also
that was on purpose.
That was on purpose.
We tried to do that.
Yeah.
And if you do choose to eat out, you can eat down at the beach community and all the pubs and restaurants down there. It's going to cost you more. Get up out of town, get to the mom and pa restaurants, and we've got a couple of viewers that have suggested that as well. They cost a lot less, and it's I wouldn't say better food, but it's every bit as good. It's more authentic.
More authentic, yeah.
So entertainment, that's kind of a funny category. We don't go to the movies. We don't do any of these other things. Eating out would be considered entertainment for a lot of people. For us, it's just going out for a beer. And this month, this is going to sound like a lot, but it's really not. We spent $188 going out for beer. Yeah. Basically, that's entertainment. That's 3 or 4 times a week.
And that was also eating out just a little bit. We didn't eat out much. But
yeah, we
went for tapas. And,
yeah. So that includes that as well.
The other one that we have is our data plan for our phones. And we use the Orange SIM. We already had that from our last month in Spain, so that was easy. We just had to renew it for another month, which we will do again for this next month. So we get 20 gigabytes, and that is just for $10 a month. So for each of us. So our total for our SIM cards for the month was $20.
So next on our list is our monthly reoccurring costs, which doesn't amount to much. It's Netflix, which we find very important. It's also part of our entertainment, and our Surfshark, which is just our safety net on our computers and on our phones. So it comes about $18 a month. So that is our reoccurring cost that we have every month.
The final expense that we have each month is just miscellaneous fees and things that come up that we need. This month we needed a coffee pot. So we arrived at our location and they had a really great little, I think they're called the Nespresso or whatever, but we like a cup of coffee, like a big cup of coffee. So we went and purchased a little coffee pot that we'd be able to travel with and take with us. Yeah. So the cost for that was $13. And that brings us to a grand total of $1,789 for 2 people. So we actually did quite well this month.
Yeah, I was going to do a drum roll on that.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, we were happy with that because our rent here in Alicante was higher than it was in our last location, and so it kind of cut our spending this location. But honestly, we really didn't feel it. We had so many fun things to go do.
Seems like we were busier here than we were before. I think that's because of the tram and using it the way we did. So we were very happy with Alicante. We're sorry to leave, but we're excited to go to our next spot at the same time.
Yeah, so definitely make sure and subscribe and ring the bell, and that will let you know each time that we have a new video that's been released, and you'll be able to see where we're off to next and follow us there.
Cheers.